Hey, what's up, everybody? Anthony Sevens back again for another game review. Today we're going to be looking at 1994's Best Bout Boxing as seen on the iiRcade machine. Let's rock and roll.
Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5,
So, when it comes to video game boxing, okay, Best Bout is definitely not the greatest boxing game ever released. I mean, it is a classic considering that it came out in the early 1990s, which was cool for its time. But since then we've had boxing games like, say, the Fight Night series for Xbox and PlayStation, where you're just in complete control of the character that you select. You've got all these knobs and buttons and triggers and things to use. So I mean, it's just anything that you want to do pretty much in the Fight Night games. I mean, you really feel like you're controlling this character. With Best Bout Boxing, what we're dealing with here is a joystick and 3 buttons that you're able to use. You've got the jab to the head, you've got the blows to the body, and then the 3rd button is for like a super punch move, which is continuous. It's like you don't run out of these super moves. So I guess technically speaking, if you really wanted to, although I wouldn't suggest it, you can sit there and just keep hitting the super moves and pray that all of your punches wind up landing. It's a button smasher game. You're just sitting there, jab, body blow, super move, and there are combos in this game, but it doesn't really feel like you have that much control over the combos, because your opponent it's going to land on your opponent, or you're going to swing and miss, or your opponent's going to block it. And it's the same thing when it comes to your opponent when he's hitting you. It's either going to miss or hit you, or you're going to block it just by kind of pulling back on the back on the joystick. But it's a cool game for what it is. I'll give it, it's colorful. It's got the graphics of the early 1990s. It's that Jaleco vibe and feel to the game, just like the other Jaleco games. So I mean, there is a nice consistency there. But I mean, I guess it's fun if you just want to just push buttons and beat the crap out of your opponent for a few minutes. Technically, it's no real skill, although, I mean, I guess you can develop your own strategies to defeat various opponents and defeat the game. Another thing, too, is that, you do have some opponents that, right when that first bell rings, they pull a super punch on you and they wind up knocking you out to the floor, where you just simply have to wiggle the joystick and push the button to get back up from those. But, what I do enjoy about this game is that they are quick fighting or quick boxing matches. So basically, if you get knocked down, okay, like a TKO, I mean, you can lose a match in a matter of 2 minutes. And the same thing when fighting your opponent. It's not like some dragged out 12-round boxing bout. So it's really cool in that sense if you're looking for a quick play boxing game. And I think that's really the attractor about it is, there is no going the distance. It's, you're punching. You're either going to win, you're either going to lose, you're either going to give up, put in extra credits, or if you win, you move on to the next opponent. And, it's no wonder that the final opponent of this game looks a bit like Drago from Rocky IV. So I guess they were kind of riding on that wave. But, I mean, you do have a nice various selection of characters to choose from around the world, from Japan to Australia to, your stereotypical, fighting world genre type of stuff. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's cool for what it is. It definitely kills time if you just want to play a quick boxing game. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning let's burn this mother to the ground and get rid of it, or 10 being like, oh my god, you have to try this game, I'm going to give this one probably a 5.5, or I'll even go like maybe a 6 with it. I'll give it a 6 just because, it's a cool looking game, and it definitely fits, the genre. The controls are so-so, and, I don't know, if you're into boxing or just looking to add another sports game to your collection, Best Bout Boxing. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice day. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, take care of each other.
In this corner, from Japan, Georgie Hariuchi. In this corner, from England, Arloni First. Round one, fight. Stop. Interval. Judgment.